If you're looking at buying a new Apex, and we know you've been waiting a while, we've got the AI200 and 300. We're starting with the 200. Check out our review.
Yeah, this is one of those popular clubs Callaway's had for years, right? So we know one of our top sellers on and off for the last 10 years, probably. I think the 16 was the first Apex that came out, right?
Yep,
and kind of dominated, and it was followed by some other clubs that did well, but it was in and out of our best clubs, all around. And this is a players club. There'll be some LPGA players and probably some Senior Tour players playing this. Not a huge package by any means. It could potentially be blended even with, the Tour model, which is smaller and looks very similar.
Yep. That Pro line, the one at the top of the Pro line.
Yeah.
I mean, almost to me, it looks like it is the Pro line, just a little more meat on it.
A little bigger, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of companies are doing that these days, and I kind of agree with that. I mean, I've played a mixed set of clubs forever, and I'm pretty good with the 7, 8, and 9 iron, no problem. But could use a little help with distance and longer irons and stuff. So to mix them makes some sense. One of the things I really like is that they put a weight in the back of this. And because we get components from Callaway, we get gives a wide range of weights to be able to adjust swing weights for lightweight graphite or longer heads. People need longer shafts, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. It's really clean looking, right? I mean, it's a satin finish, nothing goofy, not a lot of offset. It's got not a super thin top line.
No.
They channel the back off.
Right. I love that.
It's a good-looking golf club all around.
They had a hard job, right? Apex has been great for so long. Not just a seller. It's been like a fan favorite. My dad's actually had Apex, I think, since 16. And I haven't got him out of them. They're awesome golf clubs.
Right.
So they had to step it up, and they've gone with the hollow body form, which has not been traditional for Apex. We're talking about forging.
No, this is the first hollow body Apex, right? They've had cavity backs, and they've had some downies in the back and sort of look like it, but this is a true hollow club.
And the look, feel, consistency story, they've had to, how do you make something that isn't forged, completely forged, feel like that? In prior versions of hollow bodies and in other competitors, pieces aren't forged. This is the first one in its class that's forged body, forged face, and you've still got the insert, the foam insert, and the weight in the back. It's like, it really is the whole package together. Yeah,
I mean, this is a forged club. Forged face, forged body. I mean, a lot of them things say forged now, and that's either the forged face and it's a cast body, or it kind of mix of it. But this is truly a forged club, right? So this is, feels really good.
Yeah.
The problems that, initially came out with hollow irons where they kind of tended to feel either, mushy and not any feel, or tingy or whatever, and they've really kind of, gotten that down, and probably the AI kind of helps even with the acoustics, right?
Right.
But they feel good and they look good and it's pretty clean looking.
Well, let's look at the robot data.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting stuff. I think people are going to look at this and be like, what? But let's talk about it, right? So we've got awesome left to right dispersion.
Right, absolutely linear, straight up and down.
Right, so that's super important for the golfer that this is aimed at, right? They're not necessarily making a great swing every single time and hitting where they want.
Right.
So having it go the right direction is very important. And if you look at the horizon of center of the golf club, we've got toe, center, and heel. That grouping is extraordinary. It's very tight.
It's really tight. Kind of half inch off center, right? That's a lot.
Yep.
So the AI is certainly helping that a lot. The only problem we have with this is obviously the thinner shots are considerably shorter. And I think that might partially do our testing because it's got quite a bit of camera on the top and the bottom here and the way we overlay it. But this club's not designed for that. It's a relatively wide sole. So if you're hitting down on it all, I mean, that's really a non-issue that's showing up that's a little misleading, I think.
Right. Thin shots, you're going to be punished anyway, right?
Yep.
But basically, what you're saying is the handicap range that this is probably aimed at, steeper shaft angle, steeper angle of attack, club should be working down, therefore face strike should be higher, and we should see the people in that top tier distance range anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't do 90 mile an hour on the nest test because we know that it's only going to just extrapolate that kind of design there. And this is not particularly aimed at the better player. That's what the TI Fusion is aimed at. That's what the Pro
I think there's a little bit of both.
I
mean, I think you'll see some better players playing this and some LPGA players and stuff. Obviously, it's a distance club a little bit, right? So you're not going to see any high-speed guys really using it that are good players anyway.
And we've seen some benefits from the last Apex they released, right? We're seeing about 3-4 4 yards longer in
Right.
carry. We've obviously seen the dispersion tighten up, and we've seen
Didn't
the
lose a
stopping
lot
power.
in stopping power, so
Right.
that's great.
Yep.
So we've done some stuff there. That's with more tungsten probably and distributed better and a little more height that way, so that helps.
So we've gained distance. We haven't really traded off much stopping power, and we've got dispersion. So it is a better package.
Oh, absolutely. And it feels a lot better.
I was going to say,
and it looks a lot better too.
That's outside of the looks and feel at all.
Yep.
That's just pure data. So it's a better golf club.
And it's the advantage too that we'll step into in a minute is you've got the 300 as well, and potentially you can throw in the long irons to give you more distance, more forgiving. So it's a good combination.
Yep. As Mark just said, there's more to come. There's more in this line. Don't just go into a store and want to buy one single line. Make sure you get fit correctly. Head to a worldwide golf store or a cool clubs near you, and have a great time doing it.